Buonasera. Welcome to the live Miriam watch party. Very exciting and very nervous, as we always are. We are live, so we have got dogs barking, we've got banging from elsewhere. I think that works, not entirely sure. So bear with us. As you can see, it's not long until kickoff. Remember, WTA Unlocked, you can stream the match for free. WTA Unlocked, tune in now and let's support the little champ together. WTA Unlocked. So we are minutes away. Also, we've got a number of other Romanians in action right now. So I've got the faithful Kindle with me, and we're going to keep an update on all other results as we go along. Multitasking. Going to start here, Brescia. Am I saying that right, PP? Brescia. Brescia, in Italy, Brescia. It's a match that we were watching until a few seconds ago, until we saw that this one was about to come on. And we have got Arena Barra in the doubles, of course, and that's right now over on court 2, which is also available to stream on WTA Unlocked. Perfect. You always get 2 courts. Every WTA 125 tournament, you get usually the first 2 courts, the first 2 main show courts, and you'll always get the streaming of the matches on those courts. So Arena Barra is playing right now with her doubles partner Kamako, and she's a Swiss as well. Always love that. Swiss Romanian doubles. They are doing very, very well. I was watching that moments before, and we won the first set 6-3, and we are a break up in the second set 4-3. So that's looking very, very promising. Rina Barra, a bit of a Romanian legend. Only playing doubles at the moment, has been regularly playing doubles with various partners for most of the season. Obviously played in Cluj. Great to see her there. I don't know if that means she's completely curtailed her singles career. I hope not, because we saw quite a lot of singles success last season. So I still think she's got a lot of good tennis in her. She's got a lot of movement, really good engine still. So it does look like she's restricted herself to doubles only, which is a little sad. But we are always hopeful that we may see her again in singles. But it looks unlikely, doesn't it, PP? So we've got that. We've also got a few going on in the ITF circuit right at the moment. Carmen Hiria is playing right now. She did lose the first set, but we think she has won the second. We just need to check that. Let the dog see the rabbit, so to speak. Yeah. Where are we? So much going on. Sangrigo. Grigo. I'm definitely saying that wrong, aren't I? No, she hasn't. I was jumping the gun then. She is a set break up in the second set. The current score is 3-6 and 5-3. Her opponent, Roshite from Italy, so local player, 8th seed as well. She is currently serving 3-5. So Carmen set down, but she does have the advantage in the set. So we have our fingers and our flippers crossed for her. We have got Brianna Saibo playing a little bit later today. I don't think that's started yet, but of course we will keep an eye out for her. And unfortunately, well, again, it's a Romanian derby, so someone's going to be happy somewhere. But unfortunately, we have just lost Steffi in Bucharest. She's lost in 2 tie breaks to her opponent, Simona Ogisco. That was 2 hours and 45 minutes, which is a hell of a long match for two sets. But very disappointing. But again, the main thing with Steffi is just great to see her back. It's great to see her playing again. We hope she's playing free. We know the physio's with her this week. she's had a season which has been stop-start, so it's been very, very frustrating for her. So when we've watched her this year, UTI as well, she got to the semi-finals but had to withdraw due to blisters, I believe. But when she has played, she looks so good, and she's such a talent. And we just hope that she gets a few months of good health. She's definitely owed it 100%. So always good to see Steffi playing and doing well. So she'll be gutted, but that's it's a good couple of matches this week in singles, so she's got to take the pluses and move forward from that. I'm wondering if I've got the volume up too loud on this. I think that could piss me off a little bit. Yeah. Do we know where the controller is, PP? Have a little look. She's coming on. Heidi! Just walking on now. Very exciting. So, of course, we are going to be following this match. Remember, WTA Unlocked, you can watch it live and for free. All you have to do is subscribe. You don't have to subscribe in a monetary way. You just need to give them your email address, and you must have an email address. Everyone's got an email address. And that's all. They might send you a bit of spam, but who doesn't? They don't want your money. You can watch the matches for free. Nothing comes for free in this world, so that's amazing. So, WTA Unlocked. These watch parties are quite new. I'm not sure how it's going to work with the syncing, but do watch along. We have got we've got it on in the background. We've got all the stats, so we'll take you through the match. So even if you can't watch yourself, we will keep you updated every single ball. You won't miss anything. And during the course of the match, we'll have a little bit of general chit chat as well with me, PP. Lots to talk about. We've got Wimbledon coming up. How are the Romanians going to do in Wimbledon? Not too confident. We'll talk about that in a moment. But there's definitely some question marks with our top three players who are going into Wimbledon at the moment. So we'll talk about that. Of course, we will. We've just had the Yash entry list, and it's really exciting. Did a little post about that just now. We're going to Yash, so we're going to be talking a lot about Yash as well. And also, we're going to the new one, which is Targus Muir's, the 125. That's going to be shortly after Yash, so we're excited about that. And then even more in August, we're planning to go to Timor Bistrita and also to Brasov again. So we've got 4 Romanian tournaments coming up in the next couple of months, and we're going to break the bank, aren't we, PP? No tuna for you, but that's all coming up very, very shortly. So we'll talk about that throughout the course. And like I said, do remember, I will keep saying, I'll bore anyone that's committed enough to sit all the way through this. Thank you, God bless you. But I will repeat quite a few things because just to remind people that this match is available to watch on WTA Unlocked. So I apologise immediately to any wonderful patient souls that are joining us for a duration. If you get annoyed with us telling you the same thing over and over again, we do apologise. But just for people that are joining, this match is available on WTA Unlocked. You can watch it for free. You can stream it for free. And also, we are keeping an eye on the other Romanians in action. How is Arina Barra getting on at the moment? We last left her over on court 2, same one. So even if you're logged on to WTA Unlocked and you don't want to watch Miriam, what's the matter with you? But if you didn't, you could watch Arina Barra in doubles on the other court. You just got to flick to court 2, which is where we were just now. And we can tell you, unfortunately, it is back on serve, I'm afraid. So things not looking as bright as they were. I think they were 3-0 up in the second set too, so they were flying off the blocks. So Arina Barra and her Swiss partner, love a Romanian-Swiss partnership, Komoko, they are currently on serve at 30-15, 4-5 in the second set, having won the third set 6-3. We also have Carmen Hiria playing right now. She's over in Italy, and I've got that on my other screen somewhere. She was 3-5. How is she getting on at the moment? Come on, Carmen. It's still in that same game. It looks like it's a long game. and Roshita is currently serving at advantage. So Carmen does still have the break in that second set. She lost the first set 3-6. She is 5-3 up in the second set. Roshita is serving at 3-5, and the current score right now is advantage to Roshito. So it does look like, if that continues, Carmen will serve for the second set. So we wish her luck. A reminder as well: the ITF matches W35s upwards. They are also available on the ITF website. You can stream those for free too. So again, if you didn't want to watch Miriam, you can watch Carmen instead. And you just got to. You don't even need to subscribe to that. You just go onto the website, the ITF World Tour Live, and go to the live section. Select your match. So she is W35 San Gregoria in Italy, and you find the box where she's playing, just hit the live stream, and you will see Carmen's match, and you'll be able to stream it for free. Very, very exciting. So you can watch Arena Barra, you can watch Miriam, you can watch Carmen. So many Romanians playing at the moment. And like I said, we will keep you updated. Our main focus, of course, is going to be the Little Champ. We are going to be watching this match very closely. We'll try our hand at a little bit of commentary, so I hope that goes well. You're going to see something you've not seen before. You're going to see me watching a Miriam match, so there's going to be all sorts of emotions. I can't promise I won't cry. I might yell. Anything could happen. So this is going to be a bit of a social experiment. What else? Except we'll just have a little bit of general chit chat. We're going to talk about coming months. We're going to talk about our trips to Romania, which we're really looking forward to, and all the tournaments that we're going to. And we're going to preview what's coming up with Wimbledon and how well we think our players are going to do there. So all sorts going on. All sorts going on. We're still looking for that controller. I just think I've got this marginally too loud. I think technically I've cocked this up, haven't I, PP? Yeah. Do you wanna tell them a story whilst I look for the? Yeah, PP's going to keep you entertained a moment. I found it. It's all right. Oh, here we go. Oh God. Oh. He wanted to tell you the joke about the penguin and the ice cream van, but that's a little bit rude. That one, PP. There could be children watching, my friend. Yeah. Okay. No, we're not going to do that. That's a filthy joke. That's a bad penguin. Bad penguin. That is a dirty joke. So yeah, we won't do that. Anyone wants to know? If anyone's at Yash or Targus Mules or even Brasov in the coming months, and you want to hear PP's dirty joke, come and say hello, and we'll tell you. Okay, here we go. It's it's about to kick off. So I am watching this on a different screen, by the way. If anyone looking now and thinking, how can I possibly tell what's going on when I'm facing away from on the TV? I have got the match in front of me. I'm just drawing it in now. So who are we playing today? We're playing a Spanish player, 22 years old, 280 in the world, I believe, and her name is Miguel Dell. So we've obviously done a bit of research. Never played each other, these two. She's not had a bad year. Sorry, she's won 2 W35s. She's just serving now, missed the first serve, and I was looking. I've done a little bit of research the other day for this, but I was looking just now also double fault, not the best start, and I realised that one of those, the most recent tournament that she won, there were 3 retirements in it. So I mean, it doesn't matter. You can only beat who's in front of you, but that was a bit of a factor. But even then, if you delve deeper, all those retirements were quite late in the final set. So I think that the opponents were retiring at I think maybe love 4 or something, or 5-2. So it wasn't. Oh, she's on the board now, But yeah, an aggressive start for Miriam. Forced herself to love 15, but Mitigal Del Oma. How are we going to do this? We just call it Anne, because that's a mouthful every time I say that. I'm going to miss things if I try and attempt to say her. I can call her Del Omo. But yeah, so it doesn't matter how you win them. I just thought that was quite strange that there would be 3 retirements in one tournament. That's a bit of luck, really. So that's the famous Bulgari forehand. And she does love a drop shot. She's pulled that one off. And to be fair, the Spanish player's got there, but Miriam's there in good time, and she's got the lob, and she's won the point. Let's go. Hi day. Yeah, the famous Miri drop shot. I mean, it's her favourite shot. I do find it's effective most of the time. However, I think there's always a default when she gets nervous. She tries to force it, and that's where you see quite a few errors. She'll be in a rally sometimes and not really under too much pressure, and she does panic occasionally, go straight for the drop shot. But when it's calculated and when the point's constructed well, it is a really effective shot, and she has got a very good drop shot, which she's incredibly proud of course. So this is looking really promising now. We are 15-40 up straight away. So couple of break points for Miriam. Look how excited PP's getting. He loves it. So we've got the Spanish player Dell. Olmo is serving right now. Goes down the tee. Miri gets it back. Cross court forehand is returned, and again, kind of. I would call that a drop shot attempt really from the baseline, but really no sort of pressure on that, so that's easily saved by Dell Olmo. As always, I've got my coffee with me, so there will be plenty of breaks whilst I drink this. But we have another break point for the little champ. Exciting. And that's a good inside-in forehand down the line from Dell Olmo, but the ball's still in play, rally's still going. Good cross-court forehand from Miriam there, and she goes up the line with a forehand, and that is that. We have broken straight away. What a really positive start from Miriam. Very, very proud of her on that one. Big question now is the serving. I thought the serving was excellent in the first match. That's really an area which, I mean, let's be honest, that's what won her the match on Tuesday, wasn't it? Tuesday. She was definitely the better player in the service category. Second serve was really, really strong too. She was winning so many points behind it. And yeah, it's an area where it can ebb and flow with Miriam. I've seen matches where she's served excellently for a couple of games, but then has just lost all confidence in it. But she held up really, really strong. And now we've had the early break, so the pressure is on to back up that good service display from Tuesday. So she is serving from the far end now. Anyone just joining, remember you can watch this on WTA Unlocked. It's free to stream. Nothing in this world is free. I keep saying nothing in this world is free, but it's free itself, so that's wrong in itself. Nonsense, isn't it? Nonsense. Talking nonsense. So we've missed the first serve. Now she's got to prove me right about that second serve from Tuesday. Rolls it in down the line. Again, forehand's looking very strong. Goes inside in. And then out wide. But to be fair, Dell Olmo is defending extremely well on the backhand side, going cross court. Brilliant backhand down the line from Miriam. But it comes back again. Ball still in play. Another forehand down the line. Surely that one's too strong, and it is. Get in. Oh no, I'm wrong. It's not too strong. I celebrated too early then. That was an incredible return from Dell Olmo. God, give her credit for that. I did not think that was coming back at all. No, I was completely wrong there. It was returned, and she had a passing winner. Early pressure. Can't believe she got that back, PP. That's like me playing in real life, celebrating too early. You look a fool, don't you? Got played to the whistle. It was an exciting rally there, it really was. So some great defence from the Spanish player. You've got to give her credit for that. I mean, we're love 15 down on serve, but there really wasn't anything Miriam did wrong in that point. It was a really exciting point. And I'll tell you what, if they produce this throughout the match, it's going to be brilliant. So we have drawn level now because the return has gone well long. So that should hopefully settle Miriam's nerves a little bit, because you know what it's like. You play an amazing point like she did on the first one, and you don't win it, and you love 15 down, and you haven't really done much wrong, and you've invested so much into the other thing in the match, it's quite hard to regroup and get back into the game. And now we're 15-30. But equally, on the other side of the coin, I find quite a lot as well when I play or when I'm watching other matches as well. Sometimes it's often the case when you're returning and you win a really, really good point at love 15 or even 15-15, you don't seem to win anymore after. That happens more often than not. I'd like to know the stats on that. All right, you cheeky sod. Okay. So it'll be all the time with me because I'm always getting broken. Right, so under a little bit of pressure now. So, but doing well in this game, but fantastic forehand down the line from Miriam. I should say, I'm going to say we're under a little bit of pressure, but we're now 30-30. So again, early days, obviously, but holding out quite well mentally because she is being put under a lot of pressure, but she's playing extremely well in this game. Not making any mistakes. It's more a case of Del Olmo has won the 2 points that she has won rather than Miriam has lost them. So she's holding her nerve well on serve here. And that's a great serve down the line, well, down the tee, sorry. Again, that one's a drop shot, which was ill-advised. I was talking earlier about when she chooses to deploy the drop shot. That wasn't the right time to do it. She got incredibly lucky, though, because Del Olmo got there in plenty of time, but she did miss. But had she made that ball, Miriam would have been easily a pass. So we got away with the point there, but it was an ill-advised time to use that drop shot, and that's what I was saying earlier. It's all about the deployment of it's a great shot, but it's about the deployment of it when she chooses to do it, and it's risky at 30-30. But saying that, we got away with it due to an unforced error on the other side of the net. So we are 40-30 up, looking good. And that's surely not going to come back. That was a massive miss-hit. Brilliant. So we are 2-0 up already, looking very, very good. Anyone who is just joining, remember you can watch this match on WTA Unlocked. It is free. If you haven't subscribed already, all you have to do is subscribe. They don't want any money. They just want your email address. They may send you a few spams, but don't worry, you're getting free tennis. You can watch all of the WTA 125s, courts 1 and 2, or centre court, court 1, however they call them, but the first 2 main courts. At the moment, I said we've got a lot of Romanians playing today, so we are going around the houses. We'll probably do this quite a bit in the change of ends. Arena Barra is playing currently on court 2 on this very tournament in doubles. We will check on her progress. It was on serve in the second set. A little bit earlier, having won the first set. So we'll check how she's getting on. Carmen Hiria is also playing today. She was in the second set, having lost the first in Italy. We are going to check on that a bit later on too. And we also have Brianna Saibo is due to play a bit later today if she hasn't already started. So we've got so much going on. Obviously, the big focus is on Miriam's match now, as Del Olmo is serving at 15 love. I think we've gone to 30 love. Miriam with a lightning start, went 2-0 up. Del Olmo is looking comfortable on her second service game, however. But whatever happens in this game, Miriam will be the happiest sitting down, of course, at the first change of ends. However, it would be nice to just put a bit more pressure on. That one's gone long, serve out wide. Because one thing you don't want, everyone always talks about consolidating a break, which is always important, but even when you do that, you don't want to allow them to have a fast service game after that, because it's all about the momentum. So a double fault now has got the little champ's foot in the door, which is super news. So we are now 15-30. In my opinion, especially with the run of results before this week, I think this is a good investment to chase this game, even if she doesn't get it. I think it's worth just hanging around, applying that early pressure, giving her opponent something to think about when she sits down, because she has started well, the Spanish player, despite the result. And that's a great forehand down the line from Miriam, and she's going to go there again. Pushes her right back behind the baseline. Bit of an awkward return there, but she's standing strong at the net. And again, that's brilliant net play. Great hands from Miriam. Again, that's an area where it can be 50-50 at times, but she's really, really looking strong there. backing up the points, going for some big shots, big winners, but crucially holding the position, holding her position at the net, being ready for the returns. I think she probably learned a lesson from that earlier game where she got passed, and even we were celebrating because we thought we had a winner. But incredible defence. But yeah, she's doing extremely well, backing up the shots. And we talked about that first match, the second serve points won, and how well. Here we go. Great point again. Yeah, how well she was responding to the second serve. She won a lot of points behind the second serve, and that's the testament to a good player. And it's an area where she has struggled a lot in recent months. So we have yet another break point. So from 30 love up, it's now love 40 to the Spanish players. Good serve out wide, but great return from Miriam. And that looks like it's gone long. Has it? Yes, we are 3-0 up. Too good to be true. What she cannot do now is wake up because she's starting extremely well. Yes, this is much. We did this yesterday for Awada Simeon, and it's a bit of a disaster. So it's it's much nicer to have your player doing well. Okay, so we can confirm Carmen has won the second set. So we are 1 set all. It says toilet break. Not sure which player has gone off. But in the W35 San Grigio, Carmen Hiria is 1 set all against the 8th seed Italian player Roschetti. I'm guessing, I don't know. I'm guessing she's probably the player that's left with a toilet break. However, it does say that it's in progress. Don't forget the ITF matches you can also watch for free. You just need to go onto the ITF website and select your match, and you can stream it for free. So if for some bizarre reason you didn't want to watch Miriam, don't get that. But if you didn't, don't forget you can watch Carmen. She's playing right now. And I did promise we were going to check on Arena Barra, see how she's getting on. We were watching this match just before we came on. And they have won. They have won. Superb. We have a Romanian winner. Excellent job. Excellent job. Here we go. Just looking at it now. So 6-3, 7-5, and her Swiss partner, Karamoko. So very happy to see a Romanian Swiss doubles partnership happening quite a lot, isn't it? Bertie's played with Katie recently. That was really good, and I think she also played. Katie played with Bianca too. So there's been a lot of Swiss Romanian doubles teams lately. Whether that's my influence, who knows? But it's lovely to see. Lovely to see. Arena Bauer, as we were talking about her earlier, she's a legend. We love her so much. We're surprised that she's only playing singles this year. No, sorry, she's not playing singles this year. Beg your pardon. She's only playing doubles this year. We wish we'd see her more in singles, but it does look like she has resigned herself to doubles only, which is a little bit disappointing because she played some great stuff last season, got to a final as well. And we certainly felt from the doubles that we watched her play. We saw her live in Cluj, of course. She's definitely got so much energy. She's got a lot of a lot of motor still in her legs, and I think that it would be great to see her in singles again. But it does look like she has resigned herself to doubles. However, the good news is she is playing regularly. She's playing doubles tournaments regularly. She has just got through to another semi-final at this very same tournament, so we're excited about that. Again, that was we're on into the next Miriam service game, already under a little bit of pressure at love 30. That was another sort of ill-advised drop shot. I talked about the lack of clarity of thought when she's deploying that shot earlier. She kind of was mid-court, lunged towards it. But again, I think that might have just been a factor with the positioning too. So under a little bit of early pressure now, having got the great start at free love, serving at love 30, and it's a second serve 2. So flippers crossed PP. It's good second serve though. No, it isn't. Beg your pardon. That was a fault. Oh. 3 break points. Started a bit too well. That was the problem. Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward service game, this one, unfortunately. Good serve out wide. Lands in. But no, forces the return long with the backhand down the line there. Just not really a comfortable service game there. I don't really think Del Olmo had too much to do. So obviously the early intensity and energy maybe got a little bit too much as they resumed there. So Miri does need to calm down a little bit. She started off really, really well. Go for this service game now. She's still in charge. She's 3-1 up. She played amazingly for the first three games. Just got a little bit careless in that service game, but now's the time to regroup. We'll see how this one goes. Good start. Up love 15 nice and early. No. I'm getting this wrong, aren't I? The return went out. It's a good job we got the sound up, isn't it? We have got the sound up. 15 love. Okay, good return in. Backhand's become a bit of a liability now. We had the wide return in the previous game, and she's just driven that one well into the net there on the cross court. Jess seems a little bit agitated now. So again, she's got to reset. She's got to stay calm. Remember that she is still in charge of this set. But there's what was very good controlled tennis early on is getting a little bit impatient, and again that one's careless too. So yeah, she's getting a little bit lost in this current couple of games. Gonna need to sit down, I think. So Del Olmo cruises to 40 love. We are 3-1 up. Good serve out wide, good return. But that's a great forehand from Del Olmo. Got to give her credit there. Powers it down the line. And yeah, unfortunately, a couple of lackluster games from Miriam. She was absolutely lightning good in the first three games, but after the first sit down, she's come out a little bit edgy and maybe just a bit overexcited. Probably trying to get there a little bit too quickly after such a really good start. So important now. She uses this time very, very carefully. She does complete reset, calms right down, starts building again because she has still got the break. Doesn't want this set to run away. She started the set extremely well, double break, free love. Last couple of games, quite poor to be fair. We don't like saying that because we love her, but they were to be fair. And she's just got to reset now, get back out there, start again, rebuild. Remember, stay positive, stay positive. She's got the break. She is doing well. She's starting extremely well. And see what these next two games hold and just try and get that momentum back, isn't it? How are we getting on in the other results? We were talking about Arena Barra, weren't we? I think we finished, but yeah, just again, congratulations to Arena Barra in the doubles win today. It's just great seeing her play. It's great seeing her play. Whether it is singles or doubles, we'd love to see her play singles again, but just great to still see her play and still seeing her do so well. And it was lovely to see her at Cluj too. That was wonderful. So very, very happy that Arena Bauer on this other court right now has got through to the semi-finals with a Swiss doubles partner. Love it. Love it. Quick check on Carmen. She is facing a break point at love 1 in the final set. It's 30-40. No, I'm sorry. I need to sleep more. She has a break point at 30-40. I do beg your pardon. So she's 1-0 up with a break point with Rashita serving. So Carmen has an opportunity to go and only break up in the final set. We'll keep an eye on that. I've got that on my lap. Again, more errors from Miriam as she begins serving. That's a forehand cross court, which has gone well long. Really does need to focus now and try and get herself back into this match. So before she's up the early break. Last couple of games, a little bit edgy. Just needs to reset that focus. She is playing a good opponent. You know, Del Olmo has started well. She's didn't do very much wrong in the three games that she lost early on. So she's competing extremely well. Very good defensively from the back of the court too. So Miriam's just got to try and reassert her authority, take control again. Good serve out wide, and the return goes well long. So we're now 15-15. He's getting a bit cold. And Carmen's still got that break point. I don't know. It's either taking a while to update, or they are playing one hell of a long rally. But yeah, fingers crossed on that one. We've got an eye on that. That's probably the main other match that's going on at the moment. So we'll leave that page open. That's a great backhand cross-court return from Miriam, and then she goes down the line as well. As I said before, some super defence from Dell. Taking nothing away, but it's another error for Miriam, and now we are 15-30, so under a little bit more pressure. A reminder that we do have the break, and we are 3-2 up in the first set. However, the last couple of games have not been too promising, unfortunately, after the first 3 games were excellent. So very, very important that we hold serve. I mean, even if she's broken, it won't be the end of the world. But in terms of momentum, that could be a massive, crucial plot point in this set. Very important that Miriam tries to hold on here, come through this service game, and reassert the authority. And again, the drop shot, she gets to in plenty of time, but it's a very good lob, goes for the tweener, and it's gone well long. So that's a really promising point from Miriam, and it's getting very, very exciting now. PP can barely watch. Oh dear. How's Carmen getting on with that break? It still says 30-40, so God knows. Don't forget you can watch this on WTA Unlocked live right now. You don't have to pay anything. Serve goes wide again. Really good forehand cross court. That's not going to come back, is it? No, it isn't. Brilliant stuff from Miriam. It does look like she's got a little bit of the mojo back once again. We're 40-15, so one really strong point here, and we are just back in business once again. And just hopefully the spectre of the previous 2 games, well, for want of a better term, buggers off. It's now Deuce in Carmen's match, so she's fighting for dear life to get that advantage early on. Miriam's going for the second serve here. And we are 40-15. We are 3-2 up. We did have a double break. We are reduced down to 1 now. That second serve has gone long, unfortunately. She's tried to get down the tee. It's landed in the wrong service box. Was close, but it was out. Just taking a few more seconds now, asking for the balls. Advisable. Still got another game point. Taking her time. Again, like I said in the first match, emotionally, I think she's handling the situation extremely well. She's known to have the occasional merry outbursts, but she's been incredibly good mentally in the last 2 matches. The forehands again, attacking down the lines, both wings. But incredible defence again from Dell. Finds a way to Deuce now, and that was a looping cross-court forehand from the outside of the court, to the far corner, catching Miriam out of position. Again, wasn't so much the pace on it, but more the placement, absolutely spot on. So again, the 40-15 advantage is now reduced to Deuce. And talking of Deuces, it's still Deuce in Carmen Hiria's match in San Griglia. This is also available to stream on the ITF website. They are in a final set, 1 set, or it is... Oh, it's now 1-1. It's just updated. So that Deuce game is over. And Rochite is putting a bit of early pressure on Carmen. She is love 30 against her serve, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Serving at Deuce. Serve down the tee. Oh! Again, went for the inside in, attacking forehand. Probably the right shot, but just nets it, unfortunately. A bit too much behind that. But again, shot selection wasn't too bad, but just execution, just a fraction out, unfortunately. So we are under pressure now. We are at add out. So it goes that wide. Another good return from Olmo. Surely that's gone wrong. Has it gone wrong? Yes, it has. So I was late call. I was watching it, thinking, bloody hell, that's surely gone wrong. But it was a very late call, but it was the right one. The return from Del Armour went long, and we are at Deuce. I think you can probably see me sweating now. I don't know if it's the stress, but it is quite hot in here too. So it could be a number of those things. Just going to top my coffee up. Remember, anyone join in? WTA Unlocked. Do watch along. Free to stream, as all the 125 matches are. Oh, great. A flurry of attacking forehands from Miriam, and then the backhand down the line is absolutely perfect. Brings her to add in. So, it's proven a long game. As I said earlier, this is, despite having the break advantage, this is proven to be quite an important game in the set. We really do need to hold on to this because it could be a real momentum swing. The last couple of games before the sit down from Miriam were lackluster after an excellent start. So it's really, really important. Even though we have the break, it's really important that we sustain it as the first serve goes into the net. The second serve. That one's gone wide as well. Sends the ball back in the same direction. Goes for the drop shot. Perfect. There's a little bit of length on it. It maybe didn't get as close to the net as she'd hoped, but it was too good for Del Olmo. She marginally got there, but wasn't able to get the shot back. So it was a nervy drop shot for Miriam, to be fair, but it was good enough to get that crucial hold. And we are 4-2 up in the first set. So first 3 games were excellent. Second 2 a little bit lackluster. Really big hold serve now. And that's going to make her feel really good as we attack the Del Olmo service game once again. And as I've said before, Del Olmo is playing extremely well. This is a very good match, to be fair. Miriam coming into the net, gets past. But Del Olmo defensively from the baseline, absolutely super. Really is, from both wings, backhand, forehands. She's sending it from back. There's a lot of really good attacking shots from Miriam, but she's still managing to extend the points her side. So it's a really exciting game. And yeah, I mean, there's a few, as I said, that the errors have crept in a little bit more from the Bulgaru side of the net, but there's some really good points in this, and both players, more often than not, are winning their points rather than losing them. So it's a very competitive and exciting match so far, and we are extremely fortunate to have that early break. And again, that is another drop shot which probably was a bit ill-advised. The point's still alive, but no, it just draws Del Olmo to the net, and she's able to get Miriam with the smash ultimately. So that's the worry. And I've seen this a few times. It's just going to it too often because it gets predictable, and also it's the time and the point. Well, the point in the point, I suppose, that is deployed has to be sort of spot on. And I think she's played well enough and held her own a lot in some of these extended points. She doesn't need to use the drop shot as much as she's using it. So again, as I said at the start, it's more a sort. Sometimes it's reached for in desperation. It's sort of like a default a panic to go for a drop shot at quite ill-advised times. But none of, I mean, the first one was spot on, but none of them have looked massively convincing. To be fair to her, even the points which she's won, it hasn't really been a lifesaver. So she's just got to be mindful. There is a lot of variety in this match, which is great. So, but she's just got to be mindful of using it too much. And as the backhand down the line goes long, we are at 4-3. We still have the advantage, however. So what happened with an absolutely brilliant start from Miriam, first 3 games, double break. To be fair, very edgy couple of games followed that, but she did really well holding serve, and Del Olmo is playing extremely well. She is a big threat. We have the advantage. We are still in front. We're 4-3 up. It's a very, very good match. It's very competitive from both players, so very exciting. Do watch along if you can, if you've got another device. Or if you're just bored of me and want to just go off and watch it on your phone, I will understand. I could understand you leaving me for Miriam, that's fine. But it is on WTA Unlocked. So do not forget that, WTA Unlocked. You do have to subscribe. They only want your email address. They don't want any money. They may spam you, just ignore them. But it is free. All the WTA 125s are free and they are well worth watching. If you think about all of the expensive subscriptions that you pay to watch live sport, the cost of going to watch live sport, it's an absolute bargain to have both the WTA 125s and the ITFs for free. And as we said earlier, we do have Carmen Hiria currently playing as well. She is in an ITF W35 event, San Grigio, and I can go there now. And unfortunately, the news is not too good. We were in the third set. She had a break point early on to take the early break. She's now unfortunately down an early break to the Italian Rochite, who is the 8th seed. She is serving at 15 love 2-1. So Carmen still has quite a bit to do in that match. Current time on the match is 2 hours and 22 minutes. So very, very long one that she's been out there for. Italy as well. It's probably quite hot, isn't it, PP? He doesn't like the heat. But yeah, that's Carmen. So we've got our fingers and our flippers crossed for Carmen. Hopefully she can pull through that one. 15-15 now. So she's a fighter. We've seen that with Carmen. We know that she's not going to let her opponent roll over her, and it's very, very early in the set. So there's every chance that she can get back into that match. It's a nice cup of coffee. Come on, Miri. Let's go. Hey. So we are serving now at 4-3. This is set 1, 4-3. You can watch on WTA Unlocked. And as I keep saying, apologies if you are watching this for a while and you're hearing me say the same things again. I'm just doing it for the benefit of anyone who's joining late. WTA Unlocked. Do watch along. WTA 125 events are free to stream. You don't get much in this world for free. Serve and the cross court into the far juice end. Oh, that's gone long. Always helps. I love those cliches. It winds me up when I hear people say it, but I'm going to say it myself. But always feels good to go 15 love up. Obviously, but it does. It's important, that first point in any service game to get it. So we are serving now 15 love. That one's gone long as well. She's very in it though. I mean, there's going wide. I mean, that one missed obviously, but going wide on the outside quite a lot. She's obviously got the heart of a proper hander. Goes. Went for a wide second serve and was returned back, but she sent the reply well long. Getting a little bit frustrated now, bit of a Miri meltdown. So important that she takes a few extra seconds and just resets and reminds herself that she is winning this match and she is only at 15-15. There's nothing wrong with letting it out, but don't let it linger. That's what I always say. Good points and control forehands here. Again goes for the drop shot. Again, Del Alma's there. Miriam slightly out of position, tries to get the lob, but it's not good enough and it's smashed. Good example of what I mean. She needs to back herself more in the long points because she is doing extremely well there. The attacking forehands are coming back, but she's holding the position. She's playing the point strongly, but she's panicking and defaulting and going for the drop shot once again. She doesn't need to play it there because she's disciplined and controlled in the rally. So it's just a case of, I want to finish this point quickly. She doesn't need to do that because it's another drop shot which just was probably a bit ill-advised and Del Alma got to in plenty of time. However, the high highs come. We are 30-15 up now as the return goes long. 30-30. Serving at 30-30. Remember, WTA Unlocked. Stream for free. Serve down the tee. Steps in with the cross-court forehand. Oh, that one's going to go long too, isn't it? Yeah, just a little bit of impatience again once more. Stepped in early with the original attacking forehand going down the line, and again probably pushed herself a little bit out of position there, and the next return was just sent well long. So a little bit of impatience creeping in yet again. So we are facing a break point once more. 30-40. We are a break up early on, 4-3. Started the match incredibly well, went a double break up, a couple of lackluster second games, but it's become very, very competitive now. Both players are playing extremely well. And Miriam just tries to go for the cross-court inside in and nets it. It's now 4-4, so it's a crucial point of the match. And it is very important that she keeps the intensity high now because, as I've said numerous times, both players are playing extremely well in this match. But the fear is Miriam's level is starting to dip ever so slightly, and she's got to get that focus back. Just really get into this this next service game of Dell Olmo's, because she's not going to go away. She's played extremely well this match, especially from the baseline. She's played extremely well defensively. Clarity of thought is going to be the order to play 100%, because some of the I feel like I'm having a go at the drop shot selection, but it is getting used too much, and it doesn't need to be. Dolmo stepping into the net, and Miriam's return's gone long. I'm going to have a little bit of my coffee. It's getting very dramatic now. Carmen Herrera is now 1-3 down, unfortunately, in the final set. That is the W35 San Grigio, which you can watch on the ITF website. So, Del Olmo serving 15 love at 4-4. Another Miriam forehand goes long. She is again getting a little bit impatient and rushing quite a few of these shots now. A little bit of a worry, and a match that started so very, very well has been, certainly for the duration, extremely competitive. She's got to be tough now, stay in these games, stay disciplined. Just remind herself of what's got her to this point, because the beginning of the match was excellent. Not much has changed, just a little bit of the intensity's dropped off, just panicking a little bit on some of the points too, but still some good free-flowing tennis. But again, it looks like that one's gone on too. More errors are starting to flow in, and we are heading towards what looks like a very comfortable service game for Del Olmo, and what's going to be a very pressured following service game for Miriam. So again, 40 love up. She's got to just try and get her foot in the door here. Even if she doesn't break, she's got to make sure that she extends this game as much as possible. And it's a good return. Goes down the line with the backhands. But, well, it's Del Olmo with the drop shot now, and she's deployed hers perfectly. So, yeah, the tide is unfortunately turning in a direction we don't want it to. It is on serve, but bearing in mind, and if you weren't with us earlier, we were a double break up at the beginning of the match. We went 3 love up very, very quickly, and the tennis was excellent. However, the level did drop off a little bit from Miriam's side in the next 2 games, went to 3-2, and now we have lost the advantage, and it's back on serve. Miriam will have to serve to stay in the first set. It's been a very competitive set. Both players are playing extremely well, particularly from the back of the court. Miriam's level has dropped a little bit in the last couple of games, to be fair. I think there's a few nerves creeping in, some spurious shot selections. So she's just got to keep reminding herself that she's well in this, and stay calm and confident, and really, really concentrate on the next service game, because it's going to be a tough one. And as we go around the grounds, it is looking more and more bleak for Carmen as well, unfortunately. She's facing another couple of break points at 1-3 down in the final set in San Gregorio. Gregorio. Anyone from Italy wants to correct any of my pronunciations, please do. I say any of them, all of them. One of my good friends is Italian too. She'd be absolutely ashamed of me. I think I'd say she'd punch me in the face, but she's not quite tall enough. But no, I've got to apologise to the whole of Italy because I'm probably saying a lot of your cities very incorrectly. Such a poor schooling. And it's not good enough, is it? I mean, I only speak one language. I mean, they probably speak about 17. So, right, here we go. It's the moment of truth. Miriam is serving to stay in a set which she started so well. I'm starting to get a little bit achy with my posture. Oh, do you forgive me whilst I stretch my legs? I say stretch my legs. I'm sort of stretching them outwards. So we've got 15 love up, which is a good start under pressure. WTA unlocked, do you remember? Read along with me in your book, as they used to say on the tape cassettes when I was a kid. Remember those little tape cassettes, and you played them and you read the book. No, just me. You can read along with in your book. They used to say you will know it's time to turn a page when you hear this. Ding. Ah, sorry, just having a recollection from my youth. Good serve for Miriam. Slice back on the turn there. That's an awkward forehand now, unfortunately. A little bit more variety in the in the tennis and the rallies, but again, still a little bit evidence of panic in some of these points. So 15-15, we are getting a little bit nervous. I'm going to pour some more coffee. Have you ever seen the size of my cafetiere? It's huge, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, if that's made the line, that's perfect. Del Armo was having a look, but that was a backhands down the line from Miriam there on that return. And if she's made that, oh, she's kicking away the mark. That's beautiful. That shot was absolutely banging. So we've gone 30-15. Serving now under pressure. This is a moment of truth. And of course, with the way that Miriam's year is going, this is also a very big game in terms of what's to come too, because there is a sense this week that she's starting to get the mojo back a little bit. And I think to lose this set, regardless of what would happen in the match, to lose the set after being so in charge of it at the beginning, that could be a bit of a mental setback in the bigger journey, if you will. So I will say she's holding strong in some of the pressure points, though, and that's key. I think we have seen in the later part of the set, we've seen a few more errors and some nervous errors and rushing, but she's responded well in the following points, which is always key in tennis, because the most important point in tennis is the next one. Oh, but then again, she comes rushing into the net and with forehand attacking forehand, crushes it into the net there. And it's 30-30, and it's getting very, very nervy. And like I said, there is it's a combination. I think the sweating's obviously nerves from my end, but it is quite hot in here. I've done the windows closed. They were open earlier, but outside noise, dogs barking and stuff like that. It's a very overcast day, but it's very, very muggy. Obviously, lots of rain in England because it's the grass court swing. We'll talk a little bit about Wimbledon in just a moment, actually. I'll tell you what, we'll see this set through, and then we'll just have a little discussion about Wimbledon, what's coming up, how we think our players are going to get on. How is Carmen getting on? She is now 1-4 down, unfortunately, so that is looking not too good for Carmen. Final set, 2 hours and 36 minutes played. Oh, she's found the line. She found the line. No, she hasn't. Can tell from the arm movement now. Yeah, that forehand's gone well long. I say what, yeah, I think if that's the mark that I'm looking at, that has gone quite long. But it was difficult to tell. So set point to Del Olmo, and this will be one hell of a bitter blow if we lose the set now. And she's going to have to win this one on the second serve as well. I think the money's going to be on the wide serve, which she's been using a lot. It is replacement, and that's a great cross-court backhand as well. Sends about the same direction. Good slice return from Del Olmo. Miriam holding strong at the baseline note. Comes in, goes for the drop shot again. And yeah, it's the drop shot that finishes her off in the set, as I've been saying all the way through the set. Just not the best time to deploy it. And you've got to look at, just looking at the stats. It's mentioned the serve in the first match. Not as good this match. 57%, I think I served that on first serves. I think it's about 50 something on the second. Went a little bit too quickly. But yeah, it's not. You got to think about the success percentage of the shot selections when you're playing. If you're continually doing something which isn't working, for example, you don't when you're playing, you don't have the luxury of knowing all of the stats, but you've always got a rough idea in your mind. But you'll know if you're making approximately like 1 out of 5 or 6 drop shot attempts, and you need to be sort of conscious of that. And if you're thinking the percentage of the deployment of that shot is so low at the moment, why am I going to attempt it on a set point? So it's little things like that. You just got to be conscious of, and it's so difficult, especially when Miriam's had this run. I think, yeah, as I didn't even need to look to confirm that, but she has left the court. I think that's a good thing. She often does that after a difficult first set, but I think that is good. She's got to remind herself of how well she started this set, and it really was. And again, without wanting to be critical, it was so competitive from the middle of the set. Well, no, to be fair to Del Olmo, all the way through the set, even 3 games and the double break, Del Olmo did play very well. So it was really that intensity and that level just dropping off a little bit from Miriam that cost her that double break advantage and then ultimately the set. But it was so close, especially when she was holding on to the second break, having lost the first, 4-3, I think it was. The middle part of that set was so competitive, and she had that long hold at 4-2. Both players playing extremely well, and then it's just each game after that, more and more errors just slowly started to creep in, and you could just see she wasn't in control of the points as much as she had been, and panicking a bit more and rushing too much. Where the tennis at the start of the match was absolutely brilliant, and it was controlled, it was measured, it was calm, and it was very, very well executed. And she needs to get back to that, because if she does, she'll win the match. I know it's bleak at set down, but she's kind of talked herself out of that set in some ways, and it could have, at the very least, it could have been a lot closer. It could have, she may have lost it on a tie break, and that would have been a bit, wouldn't have been as bad because both players are playing well. But she's kind of let a little bit of the air out of the balloon on that one. So it's very important. She needs to go back to where she was in the first few games, because that level is, even against an opponent that's doing well like Del Olmo, that level is good enough to win this match, even at a set down. So we got to hope that she comes back and we see the Miriam that we saw in the first 3 games, because she was excellent and she can win this match. So fingers crossed on that one. Unfortunately, it is now 1-5 in Carmen's match, and no, it isn't. She's just lost, I'm afraid. So Carmen has lost that match now, 6-3, 3-6, 1-6. WTA Unlocked, if you want to watch along, please do. It is free to stream. Let me just scroll. Doom scroll, as they call it, don't they? I'm down with the kids. I know my stuff. See what else is happening in the world. What was I looking for? Wanted to go to Poland. I got a feeling, yeah, it's raining. It's raining in Poland. I thought I saw Adrian pop on earlier, so I was got one eye on how Brianna's going to do today, but yeah, it is raining at the moment, so Brianna's match will be delayed. It looks like the match before is suspended. She's second on court number 2. The match that's currently playing, I say currently playing, it's not currently playing because it's raining, but that's in a final set. So Brianna will be playing a little bit later today if the rain stops. Bloody rain. Talking of rain, we were going to talk about Wimbledon, weren't we? Just seeing if doesn't look like Miriam's back yet. Yeah, so it's not looking too promising so far. We've got, of course, in the main draw, we've got Serrana, we've got Jackie, and we've got Gabby. And two of them I saw in Queens, Jackie and Serrana. Both of them were playing with injuries, and both of them have withdrawn. Only, as I understand, as a precaution, have withdrawn as a precaution, um, and are not playing the tournaments leading up to Wimbledon, but will be back at Wimbledon, which is a bit of a shame because we're going to Eastbourne next week, and we were hoping to see Jackie, but unfortunately, health first. She did look. We watched the Bolter match, and I thought Katie Bolter. I'm obviously a Brit, so I've got that side of me, but I thought Katie Bolter was excellent in that match as well. But Jackie 100% wasn't herself, and she did have taping on her knee, and she was visibly sort of struggling and stressed with how she was restricted and how she was playing. So we hope that she does well. I mean, grass isn't. I was going to say isn't Romanian's favourite surface, but Simona won Wimbledon, so she quite likes it. But I think Gabby's playing in Bad Homburg next week. Arena Begu definitely is, so hopefully they can get some matches in. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. All eyes, of course, will be on Serrana. Um, Hope that her dream year continues and she can go deep into Wimbledon. But again, it's quite going to be quite a long time without playing, so that's going to be a bit of a factor. It's going to depend largely on the draw, which obviously will benefit her now, but she's number 18 in the world and she will definitely be seeded, so that will be an advantage for her. We are about to start the second set, so we will continue with our musings a little bit later. However, talking of Eastbourne, there are no Romanians playing at Eastbourne anymore, unfortunately. But do remember, PP has his own Instagram page. So if you do want to follow our adventures, that's gone long, surely. Yes. You can tell from the hi, can you? So nice early start there, love 15. Yeah, if you want to follow our adventures in Eastbourne next week, pop onto Positivity Penguins page and you'll see all of our fun, all of the fish and chips. Fish and chips. He loves it. Okay, so Del Olmo is serving at 15. I say love 15. It's 15-15 now. Start of the second set, we lost the first set 4-6, having been a double break up early on, 3-love. Started off extremely well, excellent tennis from Miriam. Intensity dropped a little bit, level dropped a little bit, a few errors crept in, and so we've been probably within reason. And she can punch me in the face in the ash, I'm sure she will. But yeah, the deployment of the drop shot just not. We love the shot; it's her favourite shot. We think it's great when it works, but it's the deployment and the decision making of it is it's happened. It's being used too much and it's not being used at the right time and it's costing her too many points. So I hope that she's a bit more conscious of that going into this set and during her bathroom break. That probably, she was able to reflect on the first set and what went wrong and what went right. And I'm not saying don't use your favourite shot, but don't use it all the time and definitely don't use it when you're panicking in the middle of a rally because the percentages and the stats speak for themselves. Is not her friend in that first set. But again, these long rallies now, this is what I mean. I was about to say she's holding her own, but she's just sent a forehand low into the net there. But certainly in the first half of the first set, she was doing extremely well from back of the court. But she is against a very, very good defensive player. So you can kind of understand that she wants to try and finish the points quickly. I'd probably encourage her to get forward a bit more, which is exactly what she's done there. But as she's moved in, another forehand hit the net. So it's a comfortable service hold for Dell Olmo as we are beginning the second set. We lost the first set 4-6. PP's very upset. So, said congratulations to Irina Barra, who won the doubles match at this very same tournament. And that was how long ago was that now, PP? About 20 minutes ago, half an hour or so ago. But she won with her Swiss doubles partner. Yee. And that was straight sets. She's through to the semi-finals. So if you're watching on WTA Unlocked, if you've become a subscribed non-paying member, then even if Miriam loses, you can still enjoy Irina Barra's double semi-final, which will probably be tomorrow or Saturday. I don't like the dialogue early on. She's about to start a service game, and a little bit of negative body language talking to the coach. It's not filling me with confidence at the start of the service game. She really does need to get locked into this now. Good first serve, however, gone down the tee. Forehand goes cross court, backhand cross court as well. She's really gone big on the cross court forehand there, and it's gone well long. And I think I talked a lot about the intensity in the rallies from both players in the first set. That inevitably has dropped off a little bit. It's not as clean hitting as it was in the first set, and that's from both players. I think the intensity has dropped from both ends. So this early exchange is really an opportunity for either one of them to step up their level again. How conscious of that they are, I don't know, as I go for another bit of coffee. But the ball striking was so excellent from both players from the back of the court in the first set. But again, it's another unforced error, cross court forehand from Miriam, and we're love 30 already. So it doesn't look like the bathroom break's done too good a job thus far. And it is massively disappointing because, like I said, the intensity has definitely dropped off from both sides of the court. So there's an opportunity if she can tune herself in to re-establish control. But at the moment, she's talking herself out of it. She just really needs to lock into this service game, get our focus back, because there's definitely a let off. The intensity from earlier just isn't there. I mean, that was a great forehand down the line from Del Olmo. I mentioned earlier, it's not so much the pace on it; it's the placement. Big sort of looping forehand, cuts into the far juice corner of the court and puts Miriam under pressure at love 40 and 3 break points. But yeah, it's definitely an edgy start to this second set from both players. The excitement and the great tennis from both in the first set hasn't resurfaced, and Miriam's in a lot of trouble now as she's second serve at love 40. And what happens? Plays a couple of shots. She's tucked into the ad corner, goes for the drop shot and misses, and that's a love 40. And it's the same mistake that cost her the set point. So it's just that lack of clarity of thought. It's that panic, and it's again, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the exact stats, but it's something she needs to really look at. I think after this match, if she analyses it, she's got to look at drop shot attempts, because it's not going to be a positive percentage. It's going to be very low. And how many attempts there were compared to how many points won. Off the top of my head from watching it, I'm guessing it would probably be about 2.8 or something like that. That percentage is definitely going to be around about that. It's going to be about 20% percentage on drop shot winners on following drop shot attempts, and that's really something she needs to think about, because it's the deployment of that shot which has cost her. She's got it in her mind that it's it's a favourite shot. She's it's good when it works. It's good when it's executed, but she does. And having watching her all the time as I do, she goes for it far too often, and quite a lot of the time at the wrong time. And you have to, when you're playing a match, you need to be conscious of things which are working well and the things that aren't working well. And if you're playing a particular shot over and over again, and the percentages are not favouring you, it's advisable to maybe not stop playing it altogether, but to use it a lot less. But hey ho, these are the things. These are the things that you have to figure out on the court. It's a confidence thing too. I'm the same with volleying myself. I serve volley a lot, and I think people who serve volley will know this too. You've only got to miss a couple. You miss a couple, which is exactly what happened with Joanna's match in Brasov last year against Linka. You miss a couple, and your approach confidence just oozes out of you, and it's in your mind every single time you go forward, and it's a real stinger. And again, it's the same with serve percentages too. I think sometimes when you could play a set and you could be in the 80s with the first serve, and then you could be conscious that you're missing the first serve, and the minute you start thinking about it, you're missing them all the time. So it's such a psychological thing. But again, I always say that there's moments in a match. I think when you're playing, you've got to keep it as simple as you can. But these moments now, like right now, where the players are sat down, that's where you've got to kind of analyze and reflect, and what's going well and what's not going well. Because if you're thinking about that whilst you're playing, it has it has an impact on the performance. It truly does, because it results in you overthinking, and it affects the clarity of thought, and it stops you from executing the game plan the way that you want to. So I always find that not that I'm in the same league as any of these players, but I always find that when I'm sat down or stood up in my courts, but a change of ends, that's when, if I'm not playing well, I'm thinking about what's not going well, what is going well, and sometimes I've managed to change it. Sometimes it's timing. Sometimes I'm taking the ball a fraction too early or a fraction too late. But it's in that moment where we change ends, where I realise that, and then I go to the next game and I adjust it. And I think that's the moment where, because honestly, if you think about it too much during the game, it just overloads the brain and it just causes all that anxiety and stress. So I think that's what's happening. But yeah, it's disappointing to see, because it was such a strong start as well. Still, we can do it, little champ. Hopefully, she has had a good think in the last sit down, because we are serving now at love three, one set down. Yeah, I get the feeling the backhand's gone now as well. Um, Still some good aggressive shot making from the forehand wing, but she's just the first the first backhand return that landed just inside the line there. It wasn't really struck with that much conviction and confidence. And then a couple of shots later, the backhand down the line on the other side of the court was well long. And I just feel that the confidence on the backhand wing is starting to crumble away a little bit. And the fluidness of the first set has now gone. And more alarmingly, watching this game here, I think Del Olmo is really feeding off that early break. And I talked about the intensity dropping from both players in the first couple of games. I think she's the one that's becoming conscious of that now, and she's definitely putting more weight behind the shots. And she's upped her level a lot from the first couple of games. And the worrying thing is, she won those early games too, but she won them having from not doing that much. Because I said the way they were both playing in the first set, the way they were striking the ball, and it was joy. If you were a neutral, it was great tennis to watch. But they both started the second set almost like a gear or two below that, which was disappointing because that was an opportunity for Miriam to really step up her level, but she didn't take advantage of that. And I think because she's gone down the early break now, Del Olmo is the one that's become conscious of what's happening, and she's gone back up to that other gear now. And the forehand in particular, she's striking it so cleanly. And again, she's got to another drop shot, and she's got there in plenty of time, and she's tucked it into the corner. What was I saying earlier? 20%. What's it now? It's probably 10% or 5%. It's not working. And again, I love Miriam, as everyone knows, but I'm baffled by it because it's a continued error that's happening over and over again, and it's just I think it's probably where she just is mentally at the moment. It's it's the same shot selection that is costing her so many important points, and it's just needing to be conscious of that as another one goes long, unfortunately. And it's break point yet again, 30-40, which was a shame because it's a match that started so well. And even we got that win on Tuesday, which was massive. And we're so proud of her for doing it because it's been a really tough few months. And we started so well in this match. And I just think what's happened late on in the, mind you, that cross-court forehand there, bloody hell. She's still fighting, juice. But yeah, I think that little drop off, when even though you're back on the horse and you're feeling good again, if you start so well, and that little drop off, it's gonna impact you. And I think that's what's happened. And I think losing a set where you've been a double break up and playing, I mean, let's be honest, those first three games, best tennis she's played all year, easily. And not being able to sustain that because it's still going to be hard because the results still haven't been super, and you need that confidence. And even though she's got so much confidence from that first win, you've got to sustain that confidence. And to have won that set would have been massive, but I think the demons have sort of crept in a little bit. The levels dropped off, and the opponent's too good. She may have got away with it against another opponent, but she was playing an opponent that was too consistent. Even at love 3 down with the double break, Del Olmo was playing really well, and she wasn't going to drop off. So Miriam really won those 3 games, but she allowed her level to drop away a little bit. But as I say, we've got a break point here, but it's just been saved by 4-0 now. I tell you what, the score on I've made a couple of unforced errors myself actually, but the score in the corner isn't updating all the time correctly. So I'm looking, because I'm sort of looking left and right. What I'm watching isn't always matching up with the score. So I have made a couple of unforced errors myself. No one's perfect. But yeah, it's a 4-0 with Del Olmo serving. Miriam, to her credit, I mean, as you'd expect with her, still fighting away though, you know. And as much as I'm having a bit of a pop at the drop shot selection, there's some really good stuff there today. And as I said earlier, there's going to be, I mean, she might surprise us all and turn this around. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it, PP? But even if this one gets away from her, there's a lot of positives to take from this match because she just needs to identify really what went wrong in the first set, because that was largely on her racket. That was her sort of shot selection, her intensity dropping away. But if she could isolate and compartmentalise the areas of the game that she deployed well, and the first sort of 20 minutes, half hour, these first three games were magnificent. If she can take that away with her, and there's been some moments even in this set as well, where her level's been there or thereabouts, she can build on that, then things look very, very promising for the future. I mean, she was excellent on Tuesday, and she was excellent for again, as I talk about her being excellent. She's just broken. There's still a long way to go though, 1-4. But I mentioned earlier, I wanted to see her come in a little bit more. Came in driving, sort of half volley really, backhand into the court. But yeah, that's Miriam all over. I mean, love fall down, and then she puts in a great game like that, and reminiscent of the three games that I was talking about early on. So, analysing this match, there is so many positive takeaways, and again, she's got to have those brutally honest discussions with herself and say, what went wrong, and she can look through it. She might agree or disagree with me, but she might look at that and go, the intensity's dropped, the shot selection there, that cost me. That's what you've got to do. I mean, if you want to sort of improve, you want to develop, you've got to self-analyze, and you've got to be honest with yourself about what didn't go too well, because she was in complete control of of the first set against a very, very good opponent who's, again, to her credit, who has not let her nose drop. Is that the expression, nose drop? Is it no? I'm going to have to look that up. No, haven't let your nose drop. I don't know. I'll come back to you on that. But yeah, not let her nose drop, I suppose. But again, we aren't going to sing the funeral hymns just yet, because the match is still going, and we've got every chance. There's 1-4. We've seen it before with Miriam. I think the very first match that she came back after the injury, she was 5-1 down in the final set, and that resulted in a tie break. So she's not going to give up, and we're not going to give up on her. So there's every chance. The match isn't over until one player converts the match point. So she will continue to fight. She's given herself a lot of work to do, unfortunately, but she will continue to fight, and we'd expect nothing less. So what we need now is a very strong service game, but going down love 15 isn't going to help with that, unfortunately. Coffee's all gone now. This is going to be disgusting. This is going to be so cold. Oh, bloody hell! I knew it. I knew it was going to taste disgusting. I still drank it. What a monkey I am! Oh my god! Why did I try? Just leave it. Just leave the coffee where it is. It's been there for hours. Right, back to the tennis. Come on, little champ. Oh, there we go. That backhand down the line's perfect. Tucked into the corner. She's feeling good. That's all she needed. She needed to go down love 4 in the second set just to feel good again. She's got PP behind her, and me, of course. I've got my t-shirt on. Let's see how this goes. We were talking about Wimbledon, weren't we? Yeah, I think that's the big question. We think Gabby's going to play Bad Homburg, and she'll be disappointed with, I think it was the quarter-final defeat in Hertogenbosch. But to beat Elisa Mertens as she did in it was the second round, player she'd never beaten before, and straight sets too, and it's the defending champion. It was her that she lost to in the final. That will give her so much confidence, and I think maybe physically and emotionally that might have been a bit of a play. But she lost to a former Wimbledon champion, so there's no shame in that. So again, I think she's playing Van Homburg, and if she does, we wish her the best. And Gabby, as we said before, she's in previous years, she's been very unlucky with a lot of the big tournaments and the draws. So hopefully she'll get a kind draw this time. It's another forehand. Oh, there we go. It's another cross court forehand which is missed, and again she's letting emotions get the worst of her, unfortunately. It's just that intensity is just not stabilized for long enough, unfortunately. 30-30. Yeah, so as I was saying, a kind draw. Gabby's definitely owed that. And the first half of the year, she's played so well. And I think it's working so well with her coaching team as well. She's in a much sort of happier place than I've seen in previous years. So, yeah, I think she can have a good Wimbledon. And we hope she does, especially after what happened in the French Open. That was devastating with the heat stroke, especially after starting so well. I'm doing well in Australia too. See, again, Miriam's deployed the drop shot once again, and Del Olmo has got there immediately. She's also put herself out of position, so she's tucked herself deep into the forecourt, and she's been passed into the corner. And I'm losing count. I think it's got to be double figures. It really has. The drop shot attempts, which she's lost the point on, it's just not clear thinking on the shot selection, and it's definitely something that. And so I watch her all the time, and it is panic. I see it a lot, but it's definitely something she's got to analyze after this match. Um, she's got to take the pros and the cons, and the first three games were excellent, and the intensity was there, the shot making was perfect, the discipline and the rallies, everything was perfect. It was reminiscent of the match a year ago at Yash when she played Jill Teichmann. Oh, that still hurts now, but she very nearly won that one. She was PP was ready. We had the phone and the penguin out. We were about to film the match point. It was that close. In fact, we did film a match point. I think it was. We might have even had one, but that was devastating. But the first set that she played in Yash last year against Teichmann, that was probably the best set of tennis she's played in her life. And those first three games, again, it was all there. But it's just when these big moments come, and the confidence is still so low, despite getting that win on Tuesday. The confidence is still very, very, very low at the moment. So she'd be conscious of how well she was playing, and it just takes one or two errors. But it has been. I think it's the story of this match. It's been self-destruction on the drop shot. As I say that, she's just missed another one. It's a default go-to. It's like a panic, and I'm going to go for the drop shot because it's my favourite shot. But it's not constructed towards the point. Isn't constructed towards the drop shot. The drop shot is only going to be effective if you position yourself and build the point towards it. And you do that with sort of clarity, and you do it with calmness and patience, because she has got an amazing drop shot, but it's not on demand. If it was deployed the way she wanted it to be, the sport would be easy, because it'd be like pressing a button and doing it all the time. But it's just not working it into the point, unfortunately. So yeah, we're 1-5 down, 4-6 down. It was an excellent. I mean, to be fair, the first set overall was excellent. Del Oma's been great throughout the whole match. Her level has never dipped. Miriam's put her under a lot of pressure. She went for the double breakup against her. She stayed consistent. I've been particularly impressed with her defensively from the back of the court. I thought she's handled everything that Miriam's thrown at her. The first set was so competitive, and it was really good tennis from both players, but it was a drop off from Miriam's side, and it was poor shot selection and a few more doubts creeping in and unforced errors. But she's still fighting away. Yeah, it's just it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, but she's going to need a bit of time, and she's going to walk away from this tournament with, I hope, many more positives than negatives, because everything that has gone wrong today is fixable, and her job is just to analyze that and to realize that and to take forward the positives into the next one. In many ways, I feel that she's done what she needed to do this week. She's got that win. She hasn't won since January. And I saw a bit of Romanian journalism on this, very unfair, saying it was her first win in 6 months. That's true, but she hasn't played for 3 of those months. So, technically it was the first win in 3 months. But either way, she's been incredibly strong since she's returned from the. First, it was the illness, and then it was the injury. But she's been incredibly strong, and she's played all of the matches. Even now, just broken 2-5, still hope. But she's played all of the matches in the right spirit and with the right commitment and the right sort of maturity. And she's got close a few times, but the confidence has been a key factor. And the confidence is what's hindered her in this match. I thought she was excellent on Tuesday. She started this one very, very well. She's still fighting. She may yet turn it round. We've seen it before. It's not over until the match point's converted. What do we always say, PP? The most important point in tennis is the next one. Remember that? Yeah. Just hope there's no more drop shots. Because that's another thing. I'd get her to look at the way she's played the rallies in the first set, and look at her positioning, look at her footwork, look at her shot selection, and look at all of those things. And I just get her to sort of appreciate that everything she's doing in those points is bang on. So why, during that, would you just suddenly go for a drop shot and miss? Because you're committed. I know it's frustrating because you're up against a very good defensive player, and we've all been there. You want to end the point as quickly as possible, but you've got to just analyze. Sometimes plan B, even if you are an aggressive player, and I know that she prides herself on playing aggressively, but sometimes plan B is as simple as the Djokovic mode, really, just hanging around and waiting for the opponent to make the mistake. Because if you're doing everything right, if you're getting everything back yourself, and you're taking care of everything on your side, just take a bit of their confidence away. Just keep putting the ball in play as you've been doing, and get a few errors out of them. I mean, that's what I'll sometimes do. I mean, if I'm missing the same shots over and over again, and it's affecting the score, then I often say to myself, or if I'm playing doubles, say to my doubles partner, just balls in play. As simple as that. To put the balls in play, put the pressure on the other player, because they know what's going on too. They know that you're missing. That you're doing what you kind of want them to do. So they're conscious of that. So they'll put the ball in play too. So yeah, it's just it's analysing the moment, but it's been definitely more good things than bad. And we are 30 love on the serve, so she's doing the right thing. She's sticking in there, staying strong, staying confident. 2-5, a lot of work to do, but it wouldn't be the first Bulgaru bounce back. Has given herself a lot to do in this second set. Went down love 4 after a very, very entertaining and exciting first set, where she was 3-love up with a double break, playing some of the best tennis of her life. She's up against an opponent who's really good, who's been very. I was like, curse to the commentator here, as I say, been very consistent, and then she's just put a cross court forehand well long. So yeah, maybe I should try and flatter Dell Olmo a little bit more, and she'll make a few more mistakes. That's devious, isn't it, PP? Yeah. And again, I like this. She's taken a little bit of extra time on 40 love. Has missed the first serve, but yeah, it's been a few times where she has just needed to calm it down. She has invariably done that, but she's definitely been a lot more patient in these latter couple of games. I say this again. I should really shut up because I say this as she just nets a return 40-15, but she's working through the service games with a little bit more calm now. And again, I think that happens too. I think if you're down by quite a hefty scoreline, you do loosen up a little bit. But hold here. I was going to say that's a good serve. It has gone long. I thought the line just put a hands down to say it was good actually, but no, the first serve has missed. It was another wide serve, and she's double faulted. I do like quite a lot of the serving today as well. I mean, I think the percentages were low after that first set. We saw that when it came up, but there's been quite a bit of variety. I think she's used the second serve wide quite well and effectively. That's set up beforehand. But yeah, the numbers haven't been as strong as they were on Tuesday, 100%. But that's another careless error. So that was a wide serve and then sets up the forehand. But it's the manner of some of these unforced errors. It's just it's like a panic strike. It's just I don't quite see that last one in particular. I don't see where the game plan is, where she's going, where the point construction is. It just seems to be like a panicked response. And from 40 love up, we are now in juice territory. So what was looking like a very strong service game, it's a lot of danger now. She's a couple of points away from losing this. And that one has gone long. I tell you what, some of these line judges are calling these a bit late, but yeah, it was long, unfortunately. And now we are facing match point PP. Misses the first serve again. Second goes wide again. Oh, that's what I was saying earlier. Playing like a proper hander. Sends the second serve wide, sets up the forehand, cuts inside into the court. Beautiful, beautiful winner. And that's one thing. I mean, I've been slagging off the drop shot a lot, but I tell you one thing I give her credit for is the 1-2. She's been brilliant doing that today. She's really used the serve effectively to set up the next attacking shot. I think that's been a play which I've loved today. I think it's probably been as good as the drop shot's been bad, and that's really an area where she needs to massively back herself. As I said, she's got this match in particular is going to take a bit of decoding, but she's going to need a little bit of time to kick the cat, so to speak, and just get over the disappointment. But she can take a lot of stuff from this one, good and bad, which will help her moving forward. It's another match point. And again, it's another long, disciplined point. Using the moon ball in now. But yes, it was one too many in the end. Out Armour goes, tucks it into the corner. Another forehand inside in winner. And here are the stats again. It's a shadow of the service numbers we saw on Tuesday. So first serve percentage 50, and then the second serve is surprisingly in the 42% territory, which again I think a lot of that maybe will be reflective of the of the second set because she did work quite hard behind a lot of the second service points. But yes, unfortunately, that is the end of that one. So there's, yes, it's disappointing, but there's a lot of promising things in that match. Um, we're very proud of her still for getting a win. It may seem like nothing to some people, but that means a lot because she's been through a really tough time this year. And we watch all of the matches, as people know. Certainly, even if they're not able to, if they're not streamed, we follow them. We follow the stats. We follow the live scores and stats, and we've we've supported her all the way through this, and we can see what's happened. We can see how the battles have been won and lost, and she has worked so incredibly hard, and she won't. As I said before, I think I wrote this in one of the previews. I think 2025 was just a bit of an eye opener. I think she thought that everything would like fall into place after winning Bucharest, and when that didn't materialize, she had to go back to the beginning and rebuild. And I think it took a lot of time for that to sort of sink in and to accept that because of all the ambition. But I think what really hurt was not being able to go to US Open qualifying because of the ranking falling so low. And I think that's when she really showed her maturity and she dropped to the ITF. She played that event in Serbia, the 35. She won that, and then she won in Bicester, and then she got to a final in Vienna and just played like an amazing couple of months. And that was never easy because there would have been so much disappointment. She wanted to go to New York, and she was absolutely devastated at her ranking. And the same thing is kind of happened this year, but the reasons are different. And I think she's learned a lot about dealing with adversity outside of the matches, if that makes sense, just on the journey of things that happen to you around the matches. I think she learned a lot about that in the previous year, and that's in my mind. I think that's equipped her for what's happened to her this season because she started the year willing, I think, to correct some of the things that didn't go as well as they did the previous year. I think she started the year wanting to play more doubles. She did that very early on. One thing I felt she probably was ill advised to do was she lost in the Australian Open qualifying last year and she didn't play again until Cluj. She corrected that. She made sure that she played another tournament in between that. She allowed that to keep going, and she was doing everything right until Cluj, and that's when the virus struck in and she started to withdraw from a number of tournaments. And then she was entered into tournaments and ready to play, but then got injured again after that. So ever since the one in Switzerland, well, back in April now, I think it was, she's come back and she's had the right attitude. She's really played extremely well, and it's been little moments in the matches where the confidence has just cost her, but she's not given up and she's bounced back and she's kept working really hard towards this. And yeah, I think I mean Paris again. I was particularly impressed with Paris. I thought that because that was probably the third match since returning, and that's a tournament that she loves. And she really went to the French Open with no preparation, and even though she lost that match, I think the spirit that she played it in and the way she played her tennis in that match was excellent. And that's been really the story of the last few months. And that win on Tuesday was always going to happen. And for me, that's the win for this week. I think I said at the time. I mean, anything after that is a bonus. But she's achieved what she needed to do this week. To my mind, I think she's got the monkey off her back. She's feeling good again. She'll be gutted about this match because she played excellent tennis in the first set, and she should really have won the first set. I mean, she's kind of her own enemy in what happened there. But she's could really have won the first set and could really have won the match overall. But it's a massive step forward, and as I said before, it's still a long journey. It's the winning the match on Tuesday is not going to change things overnight. She's got a lot of rebuilding to do and a lot of fight back, and it's going to take a lot of time. But there were so many promising things today, and I think she needs to take a bit of time to analyze everything that's happened this week, because if she does, and she does it intelligently, when she is intelligent, that she'll realize that there are many more pros than cons. So again, hope everyone's enjoyed this. We had more fun this time because the last one was a little bit of a disaster. We got the times wrong, didn't we, PP? Yeah, and we were watching Oana and Alinka, and that really was a battering. So that was we didn't save that. We couldn't. If Oana had saw that again, she'd probably kill me. So I don't know if we'll save this one, but we didn't save that. We were too upset. But that was the battering. This one was more enjoyable. Even though we're always crestfallen when Miriam loses, there was a lot of good tennis there today, and it was a pleasure to talk you through it. Hope you all enjoyed it. And if you weren't able to watch the match, I hope we did enough to help you through all of the parts. And yeah, we may do this again. It was we enjoyed it. I don't know if anyone else did, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And we will wish everyone the best and have a lovely, where are we today? Thursday. Have a lovely Thursday. And like I said before, we are going to Eastbourne next week. There are no Romanians, but we do have Positivity Penguins page. So if you want to follow our adventures in Eastbourne, follow Positivity Penguin and you'll see all of the shenanigans and the fun and the videos and the photos. I think at the moment as well, there is one or two Swiss players as well. So we might even have some action on the Swiss page too. But other than that, we will be off. And as I always say, Women's Tennis Romania, the guy that does that page, it's excellent. It covers all of the tennis results for the Romanian tennis players. Absolutely love what he does with that. And I love as well the way that he's continually highlighting what I think is massively important is the career highs, especially with younger players. I think that's so special, and I know that means a lot to them and their families and their coaches and everything. So yeah, do follow his page because so we're completely unrelated. We don't even know each other, but we just sort of got a lot of respect for each other. And yeah, that is the page to follow because we can't cover everything, and we are guilty of having biases too. And we do have spells where we're not able to. We do work full time, so well, I say we. I work full time. You're just a penguin. But yeah, no, I work full time. So I can't always deliver everything for everyone. So it's always if you want to keep up with Romanian tennis results, he's your man. So do follow his page. And I think that's really it. So thanks again. And we're going to have a little cry on me, a little cry, a little sob. Yeah. Okie dokie. So enjoy your day, and I think we shall shoot off. Adios.